Hello everyone, welcome to Skilled Inspirational Academy. This is Hemu. Today we will go through with few basic interview questions. Okay, so what I will do, I will try to cover this particular question, right? Because in interview sometimes they will ask what will happen when we turn on our laptop and try to access www.cnets.com. We can try to access any website, right? That time what are the things happens in our system, and also our system is right now in down state, so we will also turn on, right? So let me just give you the brief about things what happens. So when we turn on our system, right, let's say we are having this PC. Now this PC turns on. What it will do first, it will basically try to get the IP address, right? So the thing to getting this IP address, subnet mask, default gateway, DNS detail, what it will basically use DHCP. So we will see what is DHCP. We will also see how this PC get the IP address from DHCP server. So that process is known as a DORA process. I'll explain that process, and I will also explain you what is the concept of DHCP relay. Okay. Now this system get the IP address, right? Now I have opened the browser and now I have typed www.cnets.com. So what it will do? In that case, what? It's now it need a IP address of www.cnets.com, right? What it will do? It will just consult the local DNS cache table, right? If you found the entry, it will take that IP address, and afterward, it will try to send that particular request towards cnets.com. So before that, what it will do? It will generally forward that data to the default gateway, right? So the thing is, to create a layer 2 header, right? What he needs to base he needs the MAC address of this particular default gateway, right? Because in the routing table he needs to forward all data to default gateway, right? So now what it will do, it will just sends the ARP request to get the IP address of this particular default gateway, or to get the IP address of, because in that packet destination IP is www.cnets.com, right? So because it will try to communicate to that particular website. So now my default gateway resolve that ARP, and after that he get the IP address. So the thing is now they will able to communicate at the layer 2 level. So I'll explain what types of R we are in, what is R, what is proxy R, what is gratuitous R, what is reverse R, what is inverse R, all these things I'll cover. After that, we will see how trace route works, what is the difference between maximum segment size and MTU, and how basically path MTU discovery will happen. We will see all these things. And I will also try to cover you what is DNS and explain how DNS works. Okay. So these are the 5 things which I will cover. And apart from this, I will explain you when this particular packet move towards your gateway, then towards your firewall, how your firewall do the inspection. In case of Palo Alto firewall, then this packet go towards the outside, how all this communication happens. So this is the actual agenda for this particular session, guys. Okay, so now let me just go with the, so I have created this particular lab here. I'm having this test PC, this layer 2 switch, then I'm having here layer 3 device, which is layer 3 router. This is my layer 3 router, this is my layer 2 switch, this is my firewall. This firewall have a connectivity with the internet through my home Wi-Fi. Now, this particular server I have configured as a DNS server, as a DHCP server, and for DNS I will use public DNS, which is 8.8.8, and we will see how this particular packet is going. Okay, so now come back here. So this is the switch, and I have this particular router, this Linux machine, and this Windows server. I will configure like all these machines, when I'll turn on this window machine, it will get the IP address from DHCP, and how all the things happens in a backend, guys. What I can do, let me quickly. So first I will just enable the. Let me also stop this system. Now I will just enable the Wireshark capture on Giga Ethernet 0/0 interface. Capture a packet on gig 0/0 interface. Okay. So I will capture all the packet, guys, okay, to show you the details how the things happens in a backend. And now I will just start the capture here. I will just start the system. Let me just open this Windows system. I will hit enter. This is my DHCP server. So IP DHCP binding. Right, and there is a binding. What I will do, clear IP DHCP binding. All means I will clear all the binding for now. This system is still turning on. Meanwhile, let me also just verify my routing in my firewall. I'm having the routing or not. Virtual router, default gateway. Otherwise, I'll add one route. Okay, so there is only default route. Let me add one route as well, like static route for 10.0.0.0/8 for this subnet. Interface is this. Next hop is 10.1.1.100. Okay, let me just do the comment because I need to configure routing. ACL and port editors are already there. So if that request reaches to the internet, okay. So right now you will see packets is going on, right? Some packets are going on there. Let me just type here DHCP. So it will show you only the DHCP related packets. Because first thing in your system, what happens? It will get the IP address from DHCP when it will come up. So it is just still starting. Meanwhile, let's wait for this particular window to start properly. Okay. So now it's just started. Now you will see it has sent first DHCP message, guys. See, DHCP request transaction ID. He is sending the DHCP request, but the thing is, first message in DORA process is discover. Okay, what I will do, let me go into this machine. I'll go into this machine. I'll just try to open this network sharing center here. I will click on change adapter settings. So it is getting one IP address from a peeper range right now, right? So disable it. Let me enable it. Okay. I'm getting the DHCP request. Meanwhile, what I'll do, let me also start the other two machines. This machine and this router as well. Okay. And I'll go into my DHCP server. I will just type here debug IP DHCP server events. I run this debug, so I will get the logs as well. Okay. There are so many request packet, but I will look for the Discord packet. So let me first explain you what is how DHCP works. Okay. So I will take the help of this particular diagram. So this particular, if you see in this diagram, this is the DHCP server and this is the client machine. And they are having direct connectivity. Let's suppose by a switch. Okay. So what this particular DHCP can provide IP address to this machine, subnet mask, default gateway, and DNS. So these four things he can provide. So what when this PC turns on, what he will send the first packet, which is discover packet towards the discover packet. It will uses UDP port number 68. Okay, and if you want to see these thing in a capture, so if you see, let me just show you here, guys. See, you have received the first discover message. Hello, discover, then offer, then request, then acknowledgement, right? These are the fourth message for which I'm looking. This process is known as a DORA process, guys. Okay, so this is a discover message. If I'll open this DHCP discover message, so the thing is, if you see the MAC address, right? So this is the source MAC, which is MAC address of your window machine, and this is the MAC address of your, you can say, this is the broadcast MAC address. So the thing is, first message which is discover, it's a broadcast message at your layer 2. Just remember, this is a broadcast message at layer 2, right? Now if you see on this particular message, source IP address is 000 and destination IP address is also like broadcast address, which means discover message is also a broadcast message at your layer 3. And after that, see, it is using the source port 68, which means server to this, which means client to server. Client to server, they will use UDP port number 68, and when server communicate with the client, they will use UDP port number 67. So this detail you have to remember. Okay, so and after that, see, this is the IP address, and these are the few fields with regards to your DHCP packets, right? This is the source port is 68 and destination port is 67, and these are the some other details with regards to your DHCP packets. Okay, now let me just close, and this, now I will just open the offer packet which is sent by the server. Okay, let me just close all of them. So the thing is, now if you see here, source address, this is the address of your machine, guys. This is the address of your source machine. This is the address of your DHCP server. And discover, destination is also IP address is this one, which is the IP address of your, we can say, window PC. This is the MAC address of window PC. So means this packet is at layer 2. It's a unicast, right? Because he's using the IP address of your system, which IP. This is the MAC address of DHCP, and this is the MAC address of, we can say, your machines, which is, it's a unicast packet at layer 2. Now source port is 67, means server is using UDP 67 and destination 88. So which is the port at the PC end, right? Internet protocol IPv4 address. Source is 10.1.10.1 and destination is 10.1.10.11. This particular message is a like offer message, right? So generally what happens in offer, because this machine generally, whatever that machine is sending that packet, right? So what I can do, if discover, then offer, request, and acknowledgement, because the thing is, why it is getting this 10.1.10.1 and 10.1.10.11, because it is just getting this IP address from previous only, guys. So it has just offered that IP address, it's not a actual source address, just remember. Okay, he had just offered that IP address, like he can use 10.1.10.11, this IP address, means he's just offering this particular IP address to the end machine. Okay, if I'll go to into this, you will see your client address is 10.1.10.11, next server IP address is 00, relay agent is this one. So right now what happened, 10.1.10.1, because in this topology, if you see my topology here, DHCP server is behind your layer 3 device, right? This is the layer 3 device. So here I have configured the DHCP relay agent. That's why you are getting the packet like this. Okay. Otherwise, this particular packet is also like, let me go there. The second message, right? Let me just close all of them. Just go there and let me. This message is also generally it's a unicast message at your layer 2. Okay, unicast message at layer 2, and at layer 3 generally it's have a IP address of your server, and destination IP address is 000. It's have this one, so means it is giving generally this IP address. Okay, now after that they will exchange the request packet. If I'll open this request packet, source address, the address of your system, and the broadcast app. So this request packet is a broadcast message. Okay, just remember. And the thing is, if you see this IPv4 header, source address is 000 and destination is 255. So this particular request till a layer 2 and layer 3 broadcast message, which is your request packet. So discover packet, this packet and request packet into your DORA process. Discover and request, these two packets is initiated by the client, and offer packet and acknowledgement. These two packets basically initiated by the server. So this is the request packet. Now if I'll go to into the acknowledgement, just go there, I will see this is the unicast packet because they are having both are having source MAC and destination MAC. This is the MAC of your DHCP server, and this is the MAC of your window machine. Now at layer 3 they are having 10.1.10.1 and 10.1.10.11. Why they are having the packet like this? Because I have configured the DHCP relays, and that's why they are using this one. So this is generally is your DORA process, guys. Okay, then this is also another discover message, then offer. So if you see this one, because on this particular message you will get the exact idea. If I show you this particular packet like discover, if you will see this and this exchange, okay, this exchange is done by the machine who is having IPs 10.1.30.1, means this request is basically initiated by machine, this router. So if you see here, Ethernet address is this one and broadcast address at layer 2, right? Internet address 00 and destination. So means this first packet, which is a discover packet, it's a layer 2 broadcast and layer 3 broadcast. Just remember this thing. Okay. Now just move towards the another packet, which is offer packet. Offer packet is also always like this, guys. This is the source address and destination address is also broadcast. Generally, it will not use that window IP address, window MAC address. It will always send the broadcast packet here. So the thing, if you see, this is also broadcast, so means second packet is also broadcast packet. Just remember. And so this is broadcast at layer 2 level and broadcast at the layer 3 level. So generally, whatever packet they will exchange to the DORA process, they all are in broadcast form. Just remember. Okay. Now if I'll go to into the next, which is request packet. See, request is also broadcast packet layer 2 and broadcast packet as layer 3. Now acknowledgement. Let me just open this acknowledgement. Acknowledgement is also one of the broadcast message. Internet is, and after that you will see when DSC server send the request. So this is the IP address of 10.1.30.1, then 255.255.255, which is a broadcast. So means all the packets in DHCP, they are the broadcast packet at layer 2 and at layer 3. Just remember, guys, we are getting some, maybe you have confused while seeing this info, right? The thing is, why you have why the thing happening here, because maybe this window PC have got the IP address from previous only, right? In that process, that's why you are seeing the info like that. But just look for this particular process, it's the exact process, guys. Because what happens, I have also you, because the thing is, whenever one window PC get the IP address, it will just, and you shut down, so it will just, when it will just, when turn on right away, it will send the DHCP request packets to basically you for using the same IP address. Okay, and if this IP address is not available, in that case my DHCP server sends the DHCP negative acknowledgement packet, means this IP address is not available. So that's why you are seeing this kind of flow, but this is the actual flow. Okay, and just remember that flow, guys. So means what happens, packet discover packet is initiated by this machine, source MAC address is, let's suppose this machine have a MAC address which is all A, source MAC is all A, destination MAC is all F. Okay, broadcast source IP address is 0.0.0.0, destination IP is 255 255 255.255. Now after it will send the, so this is the offer, this is the discover message. Now server sends the offer, right? An offer source MAC address, he will use the MAC address of his, let's suppose this DHCP server having a MAC address that all B, so it will just use all B. Destination MAC address, it will use all F. Source IP, so the thing is, in that case, source IP and destination IP is 255 255 255.255, and that's how this is our having IP is 10.1.30.100. In that case, we'll put that IP is 10.1.30.3 maybe 30.100. This is the offer message. Then it will send the request, it will give the reply. Means in this offer message, generally it will offer the IP, it will give you this IP address you can use, this is the default gateway, and it will send the ACK, means yeah, I want to use it. Means after that only they will able to basically this PC able to get the IP address, guys. So this is how your DHCP works, guys, and when we are having this kind of setup, right? What is the DHCP relay agent? So sometime what happens, like in this diagram, right? This PC, let's say we are having one switch here, it's a layer 2 switch, this is also in VLAN 10, this is also in VLAN. So means when these two systems, they are a part of same VLAN, same network, that time they can communicate easily by sending the layer 2 broadcast packets, right? But let's suppose, like in our topology here, I am having router, right? Behind this router I'm having this DHCP server, right? So when that DHCP discover message comes, because it's a broadcast message, right? Generally router will not allow the broadcast messages. So what it will do? It will receive the broadcast message on this interface, and on this interface we have to configure the IP helper address command. By using this command, means we are just saying to our router, please forward this DHCP discover message towards the DHCP server. So we have to give the IP address of our DHCP server here. So now this discover message will forward it towards this end. Then he will give the reply. The reply will go like this. So he will send the offer, then he will send the request packet. This request packet is forwarded by the router towards this one. So like this, your DHCP relay agent will works if there is any layer 3 device, because layer 3 device will not allow the broadcast packets. That's why we to configure the DHCP relay agent in our infrastructure. Okay. So these are the things which I want to discuss with regards to your DHCP server.